flip-flops, also known as pati-pati. Well, moving on, the country is likely to plunge into more food crisis as maize farmers in Trans Nzoia County, the country's food basket, switch to horticulture crops for export due to poor returns from the maize. Their move follows soaring input costs, which have not kept up with the rise in cereal prices, with margins from maize production remaining low for decades. On this week's episode of The Next Frontier, Philip Kitani visits the farmers and tells us their story.
A new farming wave is sweeping through Trans Nzoia County, currently described as the country's breadbasket. The county is home to some of the largest producers of maize and other cereals in the country. But now, even that is slowly changing as farmers reduce the amount of land under maize and start to embrace other crops with better returns. In this case, French beans for export. More farmers in the region are embracing French beans because it requires little acreage, has relatively affordable inputs, and is less demanding compared to maize. French beans also have a quick and significant returns. Phyllis Munyangi and Paul Nganga are two of the farmers who have already made the switch from maize to French beans, and for them, there is no looking back.
Nimeona ukulima wa French beans ni mzuri kuliko mahindi. Sababu mahindi unaongojea mwaka mzima na French beans tunapata pesa kwa wiki moja. Na ukulima yake ni miezi 2. 55 to 60 days. Na pesa unapata weekly.
Nilianza mwaka jana na nimeanza kuona faida yake kuliko mahindi.
According to Phyllis and Nganga, with continued uncertainty over rains due to climate change, French beans are emerging as the perfect crop. They grow fast and do well during the short rainy season and can be picked just 2 months after planting. The same crop can be harvested 3 to 4 times before being uprooted.
Mahindi nilikuwa nikilima hii eka moja napata around 40,000, lakini wakati ile nilianza kulima hizi French beans eka moja hiyo inaletea almost 200,000 na ni baada ya miezi 4.
The farmers are making this change with the help of the United States Agency for International Development under its development arm, the Kenya Agricultural Value Chain Enterprises (KEVS), whose aim is to help increase the productivity and incomes of smallholder farmers and other actors along dairy, horticulture, and stable crop value chain in order to improve the food security and nutrition of 550,000 households by improving livelihoods. KEVS has helped to provide training and link these farmers to the market through an export company called VegPro that export the beans to the EU.
Advantages of this area: no pest pressure like the Mount Kenya region. Excellent rotational crop, which is maize. This one fixes nitrogen, is a legume. They are completely different to the maize. Its roots are taproot. The maize is fibrous. Very excellent for rotation.
A 1-acre plot yields 4 tons of French beans at an average selling price of 40 shillings a kilo. With these, farmers expect to earn over 240,000 shillings at the end of the harvest period.
Pro imenisaidia kuuza hii mshiri na kupata school fees na nyumbani kila kitu napata kwa haraka sababu ni wiki.
The optimum temperature range for growing French beans is between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius and an altitude range of 1,000 to 2,000 meters above sea level. Rain cultivation is also possible in areas with well-distributed medium to high rainfalls of 900 to 1,200 millimeters per year. But supplementary irrigation is required to maintain continuous production during off-season.
Expanding production of horticultural crops in non-traditional growing areas fits well in our objective as KEVS of the theory of change, where we are encouraging farmers to get into high value crops.
Planting starts at the onset of rains. With irrigation, French beans can grow all year round, but the main export season is from October to May. Sowing should be done such that most of the crop is ready between October to mid-December and from mid-January to end of May. Trans Nzoia County has always been the food basket of the country, with the maize crop being the main crop being grown here. But in the recent past, most of these farmers have been moving away from the maize to high-valued crops like the French beans, which they say spend less time in the farm and rakes in more money than the maize, putting the country's food security